Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's me, Crendor, and welcome back to Crendor Talks in front of a shitty green screen. Today, we're talking about Wrath of the Lich King, because there's been some reports here that WoW Classic could be right around the corner, depending on how long the corner is, because, you know, it's probably still a little bit away. But, wait, this is from USA Today? This is so weird. Wrath of the Lich King Classic might be happening. Okay, just, who wrote this? Kyle? Okay, Kyle? I mean, it's gonna happen. Let's be real. It's gonna happen. It's just about when is it gonna happen. But pretty much there was some, like, coding that Blizzard showed. Let's see, where is it? Classic. Patch 2.5.4 Burning Crusade Classic contains several hints that Wrath Classic might be in the works, specifically a folder called Interface Wrath with several files pertaining to the fan-favorite expansion, including Death Knight support. Blah, 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 blah. So, that's pretty much it. I mean, like, again, it's gonna happen. I don't know, like, it's surprising. Like, could they be doing it? Yes, they're doing it. People have been playing Classic WoW and then Burning Crusade Classic for, like, years at this point, and it's still got a community, so why wouldn't they do it? Why would they be like, well, you know, we did the first two, I know a lot of people like Wrath, but we're just not gonna do it. Like, obviously it's gonna happen. Like, let's not kid ourselves. I think the biggest question now is, are you going to play it? Because I don't know how many people will play it. I say that kind of hesitantly because I do think a lot of people will play it. I don't know how long they'd play it for. I think I would play it, but again, I don't know how long I'd play it for. So, I mean, let's run it back, right? So, original WoW Classic comes out, and it was like popping off, right? Like, the servers were on fire, nobody could log in. It was crazy. People didn't even play WoW or playing WoW because they're like, I gotta experience vanilla WoW. What is this, right? Like, all these people talk about this game, so it was wild. Then, I would say, you know, it slowly died off. People obviously wanted to see what it was like, and then saw what it was like. We're like, all right, well, there it is. Other people kept playing, they were raiding, getting into it, and then it kind of, you know, went by the wayside. And then, you know, people that are gonna play it are gonna play it, and people that aren't gonna play it. But, you know, it was still doing pretty good. Then Burning Crusade comes around, and there definitely was not as much hype around. Well, you know, there was hype, but, like, there definitely wasn't as much as Classic WoW, right? Like, maybe if it was up here, it was, like, down here a little bit, right? But still enough to be like, hey, you know, a lot of people want to play this game. I was included. You know, I was excited for Burning Crusade. And when Burning Crusade Classic hit, I got to about 66 or 67. I was, like, at the end of the Grand, pretty much. And then a lot of the Blizzard controversy stuff started, and the game kind of started slowing down. I was like, Blade's Edge, it's all right. And I just kind of lost interest. I think other games were also coming out, and I was like, I'm gonna play some of these other games, it'll be fun. And then I just never really went back to it. And I think I got most of what I wanted out of it. Like, sure, I could have experienced more. I was like I wanted to go back to Gruul's Lair, because I never really did Gruul's Lair. I wanted to do some other stuff, but at the end of the day, I was like, I don't really care that much, honestly. I didn't have as many friends playing it, so I was like, whatever. You know, I still enjoyed leveling through Burning Crusade. But, you know, it is what it is. So now with Wrath of the Lich King, and I think Wrath is my favorite expansion. I don't know how many other people think that, because I've heard plenty of opinions of people being like, Wrath is when everything started going downhill. It's when they put in the looking for dungeon system, right? But I still loved everything. I loved the zones. I loved the class balance of it. I loved I say class balance like I'm like a professional PvP or raider or something. Like, I'm just some casual guy who's like, this is pretty fun, but it did feel good, right? I don't know. And then the raids were fun. I did all, this was, Wrath was one of the only expansions where I did all of the raids. And that's kind of crazy to me, because I've played every WoW expansion, like every one. And Wrath is the only one I've done all the raids in. And all the dungeons, everything. I did all of it. So, yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. Ulduar, amazing. Probably one of the best raids ever. ICC was great. I mean, yeah, you had your bad things, like, what was that Argent tournament or whatever? It was whatever, but, you know, you can't be perfect. But I just love, even Winter Grasp. I like Winter Grasp a lot. I think Winter Grasp was fantastic for PvP. And it was always fun having to go to Winter Grasp and try to win it so that you could control the raid with the giants in it or whatever, right? I don't know. It was just, I enjoyed Winter Grasp. And then when they tried it again with Tol Barad or whatever, it wasn't good. But Winter Grasp, I really liked. So I'm actually excited for Wrath of the Lich King, but I don't know how many other people will be excited for Wrath of the Lich King. Because like I said, there's some people who are like, whatever. Like, I don't really, you know, Wrath of the Lich King wasn't that impactful for me. Although, I would say Wrath of the Lich King was the peak of World of Warcraft, right? That's when WoW had the most subscribers it's ever had. Like, it was what, like 10 million? I think it was 10 million, 12 million is in that range. So I would say I think a lot of people would come back for Classic Wrath of the Lich King. I think just for even getting to go back to fight Arthas, maybe they never got to fight Arthas, and just experiencing a lot of the even Warcraft 3 lore continued that maybe they've always enjoyed. So even just from a lore perspective, I think a lot of people would want to come back and play it again. And it actually has a lot more convenience than the first couple games with Classic and BC. You know, obviously there is the dungeon tool, but like there is a lot more convenience in Wrath, you know, for good and bad. But I'm curious because I think there's probably a lot of people who just don't care about WoW anymore. So I'm sure there's people that might have played it, maybe if it came out a few years ago, but now with all the Blizzard stuff and maybe they're playing other games like Final Fantasy or whatever it might be, maybe they just don't care anymore. Like, you know what? I think Wrath was cool, but I really don't feel like going back and playing it if I got to renew my subscription, right? Some people might not want to do that. So I'm curious, would you play Classic Wrath of the Lich King? Let me know down in the comments section below. Because I think a few years ago, I was like, yeah, Classic Wrath, this would be amazing. And now I'm like, Classic Wrath will be cool. Like, I'm still interested in it, and I'm still gonna play it if it comes out, but my interest level was like here, and now it's down here. You know? So, I mean, as long as I have fun and I get some fun out of it, that's all I care about. Some people are like, oh, I only played like 20 hours. Like, 20 hours, if you play a game for 20 hours, that's still a lot, right? In terms of just gameplay, I mean, a lot of games only have 20 hours of gameplay, if not less. Like Banjo-Kazooie, I've played that so many times at this point, and it's only got like, if you run it fast, like 6-7 hours. But I love it, so let me know down in the comments section below if you plan on playing Classic Wrath, or if you're gonna wait and see, or whatever your plans are. Just let me know down in the comments section below, because I'm curious to know. So thank you very much, and also let me know when you think it's coming out. Like, at this point, I have no idea when they would release it. Maybe the end of summer? Maybe like start of fall? I guess that's it's the same time. It's kind of like 5 minutes to 4 o'clock, or like 4 minutes or 5 minutes or before. I gotta stop this recording. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. Okay? Okay. See ya. Oh, by the way, I might do a new WoW leveling. That's right. A new WoW leveling. The leveling series that never ends. What the? I hit stop and it's not stopping. It's literally not, this video's not ending. It heard the WoW leveling thing. Hold on, let me just, it's gotta stop eventually.